In this morning's Business Insight, it's graduation season, and that means lots of job searches are underway. As we told you at the top of the program, jobs in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics pay the most and are in need of qualified workers. There have also been reports that Cincinnati is a great city to start a career, and hiring is up. But are there enough jobs for all the grads? Career expert Julie Bauke joins Business Watch producer Kelly Leon in the studio with some advice on doing the right things to find employment that's right and best for you. Kelly and Julie.
Thanks, Peg. Thanks for being here, Julie.
Sure.
We love having you on. If you have a child who just graduated from college, they come home and they're home to visit for maybe 2 weeks, and then they get a fabulous job, right?
Yeah.
They have that job, the perfect job, the right salary, and then you say, bye, have a great life.
That's right, that's right. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to work, or that's the way we think it's supposed to work, but it just doesn't sometimes.
So they don't find that first job easily.
Well, a lot of times, kids are hired through career fairs and interviews on campus, and that's the way we think it works. But there's a lot of reasons why it doesn't. Sometimes career services offices provide great service. Sometimes the kids go take advantage of it, sometimes they don't. But we have this expectation that when our kid comes home, if they didn't get a job that way, that they're job search ready, and they're not generally.
So we have some tips for people. So the first one is, you say that jobs don't just knock on your door.
No.
And generally, online doesn't work, which surprises me.
Yeah. Looking online for a job is a great way to gather information about a company or a person you're meeting with, or maybe who's hiring. And sure, I always suggest that you go look on the boards, but the problem is proportional. So less than 10% of people get their jobs by looking online. But I am certain in saying that most job seekers spend way more than 10% of their time looking for a job. And I understand. I mean, so much is done by technology. But really, if you think about when you've hired or when you've been hired, people hire people. They don't hire a download, an attachment, or a resume.
And we like to say, don't sweat the small stuff, but when it comes to looking for that first job, sweat the small stuff. Yeah,
it's amazing how doing some simple things that seem very common sense to us in our generation.
Like dress and professional etiquette, you mentioned.
Not texting in the middle of an interview. And you might say, do people really do that? You bet they do.
Oh my gosh.
Taking calls, taking a more casual approach. In other words, approaching all activities related to job search like if they're talking to their buddies. You have to remember that in every step of the interview and networking process, you're dealing with people who are probably your parents' age. What would your parents expect? It's a way to stand out. So easy, but relatively, I mean, it's pretty uncommon for people to get all that right.
And your third point is know what is unique about you.
Right.
And so for a lot of kids that age, or young people that age, they don't know what's unique. They're trying to fit in and be like everybody else.
Right.
Talk a little bit more about that. How do you tell your story and know your story?
Yeah, because most kids come out of school and they're like, well, I'm like everybody else with a finance degree. I just took the same classes, but you have to look at your whole life. In other words, what activities were you involved in, even back in high school, in your summer jobs? What shaped you into who you are? If you started a business, like even a landscaping business, and did that for a couple summers, that's huge. But people poo-poo it because it's not, I mean, the people who are looking for a job poo-poo it because they think, well, that's not related to finance. It doesn't matter. It shows your qualities. It shows what's unique about you. It's not enough to say, I just work really hard and I just want an opportunity. You have to think from the other side of the desk and think, why would this employer hire me over someone else? And if you can't answer that, then you really do blend into the crowd, and it's very easy to be unemployed for a long period of time.
And if someone does want to stay here in Cincinnati, are there enough jobs here? Are they going to find a job here, do you think?
I think that there certainly can be. I hear every day there aren't enough good people to fill the jobs, but I also hear every day there are no jobs. So there is somewhat a talent and skills mismatch, because some of the jobs that are open, there aren't enough people with those skills to fill them. I get that. But to have as a blanket statement and your mantra for the summer, there are no jobs here, so why would I even try, is ridiculous.
Okay. All right. BaukeGroup.com.
BaukeGroup.com.
If you want more information. Thanks so much, Julie. We'll have you back as always. We appreciate it. And good luck to all you grads out there on that job search.